My pectus before working out was very obvious. After joining the gym and building my chest muscles, I've been able to completely fix that. No one notices my pectus anymore. And so in today's video, I want to run you through how I was able to build my chest in order to fix my pectus. So firstly, I want to clarify what I mean by the word fixing my pectus. So I haven't structurally made my pectus flat. Okay, like I still have an indent. Okay, so you can really see it if I'm on like a side angle. Obviously, it's not very noticeable, and that's because of the development of my chest muscles. It makes the indent that is the same level of depth. It's still the same depth as it was when I was a kid. It just makes it not appear as a deformity anymore because I've got these pec muscles. And so if anything, it just makes it look like it's just part of my chest shape, and it just makes my pecs look bigger and protrude more than they actually do. So it's actually almost a good thing and a compliment to my physique once you develop your chest. Now, this is also with a milder case. So I was born with a mild case, probably like a 2.5 out of 10 in terms of the severity of pectus. Still super obvious, like especially when I was skinny, like it was super obvious to the point where people would always notice it. But I want to just point out that this is more geared towards mild to moderate cases. Exercise and building your chest will be the most successful in those kind of cases. It will help everyone though, like I've helped heaps of severe clients make their pectus look better by building their chest muscles. But in terms of making the condition unnoticeable, it definitely works better for mild cases. So anyway, how do we build the chest in a way that will mask the pectus? And how do we optimally just grow our chest muscle in general? So firstly, the most important thing is to train your chest twice a week. Okay, a frequency of 2 times a week is key. Okay, so many people do bro splits where they do chest day, back day, arm day, leg day, shoulder day, and they only train each muscle group once a week. You're missing out, like you're halving your opportunity for muscle growth. So making sure that you're structuring your training so you're at least training it twice a week. Okay, very important. The chest must be trained twice a week if you want to grow it optimally. Secondly, progressive overload. Don't just go in and train chest and just lift a random weight and not focus and not track the weight and try and get progression. You want to be getting stronger. If you can be getting stronger, if you can be pressing more weight, moving up with the dumbbell press, moving up with your barbell bench press, even on flies, increasing the weight, increasing the reps, getting that progression, that is key for building muscle. Progressive overload is a key muscle building principle. Next is adding a lot of isolation, adduction focused chest exercises. If you want to build your chest properly, and specifically to mask pectus, you really want to get a full sculpted chest. You don't just want your pecs kind of developed out here and nothing in here, okay? Now you don't have an inner chest, so your pec fibers originate here and run out, okay, across your whole chest. But you do have some non-spanning chest fibers that don't run the whole way. And these get recruited more, and there are studies to support this, that these get recruited more through the full range of motion adduction portion of movements like a fly. So if you're doing a single arm cable fly, you're coming all the way across and through, and that's really going to recruit these muscle fibers. If you have pectus, this is important. It's something I always did. Now there is going to be countless people who say you can't target your inner chest. Well, for me, it's what I focused on as a kid from when I was 16. For like 8 years, I really focused on my inner chest always, and I really think that is part of how I've sculpted such a full chest around my pectus, okay? Now, part of that as well is just overall chest size. Your chest is gonna start growing mostly out here first. It takes a full sculpted, properly developed chest to get that like 3D effect and to get your chest so it's separating from the ribs and built around the indent. But definitely incorporating adduction-based isolation exercises to get your chest growing is going to be very, very important. Next, training with intensity and training close to failure or to failure is key. Okay, when you're training your chest, especially on these isolation like cable flies, I want you to totally burn that down. Get to the point where you're like shaking, your chest is at failure, and you push and then you squeeze. Okay, it's in that intensity that you're going to break down the muscles the most and drive the most adaptation for growth. Okay, super important. You're training with intensity. Incorporate supersets, drop sets, elements into your training regime that will help you get the intensity you need to actually break down the muscle tissue and create change, okay? The body wants to be in homeostasis. It wants to stay the same. For you to make a change, you have to make it uncomfortable, okay? So training with intensity, training close to failure is very important for growing any muscle group and very much applicable to the chest. Next, above all else is consistency. It doesn't matter all those other variables. If you're not consistent, if you train for like a month and then you drop off for a month, you're never going to get a good result. You need to be consistently in the gym, consistently hitting the frequency of twice a week for a very, very long period of time to grow your chest properly, to make your pectus look better. And the last thing is nutrition. Muscle growth does not just happen from everything I talked about with training your chest. That is the stimulus to make it grow, but you grow it when you recover from the food you eat, the calories, the protein, the sleep you get. And nutrition is such an important part of building muscle. So that is a really key part for building your chest, is making sure your diet is good, making sure you're eating enough protein, eating enough calories, and also making sure you are low enough body fat. If you are not lean, your chest is never going to look good. The chest needs to be low enough body fat for it to have definition, for it to have definition in the middle chest line, for it to separate from the ribs. As soon as your body fat gets high, that separation just gets completely kind of all glued into one, and then the indent will get really noticeable again. So it's really important you are lean and shredded, okay? If you want your chest to have that 3D look, and it's that 3D look of the chest that will make the pectus look better. Anyway, guys, if you need help growing your muscles, growing your chest to make your pectus look better, I'd highly recommend my coaching programs. I've helped hundreds of people successfully transform their pectus. And when clients sign up to me, they're like, wow, your chest workouts hit seriously different than the ones I was doing. This is so much better than just the random workouts I've been doing on my own. And everyone loves it and they get great results. So the first step to signing up is to go to my website, read about my coaching, and then to book a call with me, because I need to meet you first to determine the right program for you, determine the right strategy for you, for your pectus. Okay, so I look forward to meeting you on a call soon if you are interested. And thank you so much for watching the video.